video I made, I spoke about changes that I was needing to make. I spoke about some changes that I'd made to my trek verb and keep myself comfortable to not further aggravate injuries that I suffer with, disabilities that I suffer with. Well, I made a change after much study, consultation, thinking, and test riding. I made a change for my own benefit. As much as I wanted to try to find a Rand's crank forward Sequoia model, which I had 15 years ago, I was not willing to pay for the $4,000 plus it was going to cost if I were to find one. So I ended up getting something else, something that I'm going to be real happy with. I went back up to the Crofton bike doctor. I took my Verve. In order to get my seat extended out to where we get comfortable knee extension versus having it too low to where I didn't get that comfortable knee extension and having the sore knees, I decided on something else. Stepping off of the seat when I stopped to put my feet down caused me considerable pain, considerable aggravation to my injuries, which was counterintuitive to why I ride to start with. I tried a setback seat post, went from 300 millimeter in length to a 350 millimeter in length seat post with further setback, 20 millimeter setback. I still suffered with the same problem. The other major problem I suffered with, which I did not discuss here on YouTube because I'm just that kind of guy, I had severe pain in the coccyx area of my spine from all the bouncing and jostling. I was hoping it would go away this winter when I relaxed, didn't ride as much, but it didn't. When I started riding again, it came back in gangbusters, worse than it had been. Try to make a change. So I want you to meet my new ride. Meet the electric Townie with flat foot technology. 22 inches tall and built for somebody my size. I made this change because I am first and foremost what I've always been, an adventurer. I ride a bicycle as a means of adventure. I ride it as a means of exercise and to maintain my mobility. But even before I sustained my disabilities, I was still an adventurer. And the bicycle is just a means for me to do that. It takes me to places that I haven't seen before. It takes me to places that I get to slow down and smell the roses and whatever else is blooming at the time. It's a means of enjoyment. Now I'm going to give you a little rundown on this Townie. It's a Townie 7D in tall. When I went up and discussed with them what I could possibly find that would help me ride the way I wanted to ride without spending $3,000 to $4,000 trying to find a Rand Sequoia crank forward, which is really an anomaly to find one nowadays. Rand's is out of business. It was bought out by Phoenix. Be that as it may, they said, yes, the Townie 7D in tall will fit you. It's a 22-inch frame. I have a 36-inch inseam. I will show you how much seat post I have left inside the frame. Whereas with the Verve, I had the seat post extended all the way out. I like the Verve. I just wish I was still able to ride something like the Verve, which I'm just not able to do. My knees, and primarily my ankles, just will not sustain it. And this injury that I sustained to my coccyx last year is just unbearable, to say the least. And I'm not going through that again this year. So I needed to make a change. Let me show you the bike. I have it set up the way that I want it set up right now. I've ordered some other accessories for it, which are on the way. And it's going to be a work in progress. But it is a 26-inch rim, front and rear, 26-inch by 2-inch tires on it, which enabled me to put lower pressure in them for comfort. As you can see, the crank is way far forward of the seat. It is a 1-by, meaning it only has one drive gear up front or chain ring. It is double chain guarded. It does have V-brakes, which I like because they're very low maintenance. You do have a full chain guard and 7 speeds, which is all I need. I had commented before how often I had to switch gears with the Trek Verve to get where I needed to be. I found myself only using about 3 gears and switching back and forth this year from the large chain ring, which was I think a 46 tooth, to a 30 tooth chain ring to try to get comfortable. When I put it in the 46 tooth chain ring, I found myself running in the rear cog, which was 8 speed, running in the very lowest, which was a 32 tooth or the next one down, which put me in the gray area of cross chaining the bike and wearing things out quicker. I don't have that problem with this bike. This bike is wonderful so far. I've been riding it several days now, put a lot of mileage on it, and I can tell you that I really like it. It's still set up with my bottle cage. My rack went on, no problem. I put my Jan saddlebag on, which I wasn't able to do with the Verve. That's where I keep my tools, my tire pressure gauge and such. And I've got a neat little rear light on the back that is mounted to the rack. There's your drive system. It's still a Turney 3.0, 7 speed. I put my large Rock Brother pedals on it. I put my computer on the front, which is not much of a computer. It gives me my speed, my time, my trip for the day, and a total all odometer reading. And this is how I have my camera mounted. I was able to mount my mirror the way I like it. I had to change it on the Verve because when I turned, it kept hitting my knees. This is how you take the seat post out. You can see how much seat I've got extended. That's how much I have left inside of the frame without overextending this seat post. That in itself makes it worth it for me. You've got a very wide, stitched and firm saddle, and it comes with its own kickstand. So far I'm very happy with the bike. My pain, well, my pain never goes away, but the pain that I was having riding the other bike pretty much went away overnight. The coccyx injury is something that's going to take time. I've already checked with the doctor about that, and it's just something that's going to take time to heal. It comes from, well, a lot of things, but primarily the way I was sitting on the seat and just the way the bike was designed. I'm just not able to do it anymore, and I'm not embarrassed to say that. We get older, we have to change, we have to adapt, but we keep moving. And that's the primary thing, is to keep moving. Get out there and ride. If you have to buy something like this Trek Townie, then buy one. If you have to buy an e-bike, Townie makes a very excellent e-bike. Townie is owned by Trek, by the way. It's called the Electra Townie 7D. You can also get it with a dynamo and front and rear lights and fenders. I opted not to do that because I'm cheap. I'd rather put my own stuff on there. It's just part of who I am. My panniers go on. I've already checked. I'm already making plans to go ride a rail trail. I'll keep you posted. Please like and subscribe and follow along. And if you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll do the best I can to answer them. God bless, and have a good week.